So pretty cool light. It has a lot of technology packed into this very small, unassuming looking flashlight. So it is, I would describe it as being blindingly bright. 1500 lumens, it says. It also says a max distance of 205 meters, which is like 2 football fields. I have not tested that out, but it is definitely quite bright. There are a lot of features in this. You can actually spend quite a bit of time reading the manual to learn all of its functionality. I'll show you a few of the features. The first thing you'll do when you receive it is to open it up and remove like a little insulating pad on the battery. This is not obviously a standard battery, it's a lithium ion battery, but what is cool about this is eventually you could replace it when you need to. So this could potentially last a very long time. There are 3 modes on this, and there's 2 buttons as well as a dial. So the first mode is essentially like a low power light mode called a moonlight mode. So this is intended, I guess, for situations where you don't need much supplemental light. Maybe you don't want to ruin your night vision. So that's the designated by the moon icon here. It's also the position that you need to be in to charge this. The USB-C port is hidden otherwise. The second mode is the standard forward flashlight mode. And what is great about this, and not common in a lot of flashlights, is it's fully smoothly adjustable. So you don't have like low, medium, high. You have this wheel and you can crank up the brightness and crank it down to just the appropriate amount of light you need. What's nice about that is you can really turn it down to conserve battery life when you don't need a lot of light. So I find that to be a great feature. A really fun feature, and potentially one useful for certain situations, like say you're walking in the forest and you hear a noise, there's I believe they call this the tactical button on the back, and that's going to pop out the max lumens instantly. So I got to turn it off. And you just press and hold that, and then when you release it, light goes off. And then the last mode is the side light. And this has kind of an insane amount of customizability because you can change the color, again with this dial. So I'm not sure in what situation you would need green versus yellow light, or purple even, but it is a fun feature. And then on top of that, you can also put that side light into an emergency mode. So if you want to look like law enforcement, you can tap it twice and get flashing red and blue lights. So I can imagine a lot of people might be entertained by this. All right, so lastly, we can maybe turn down the lights and just see how bright this thing is. All right, so here's the emergency mode. And actually, if we double tap, we can change the flash pattern. So now I've got red, yellow, and then here's red and blue. It looks like the police are in my house. All right, now we're back in just the normal flashlight mode, and then here's that max lumens. Really bright. Definitely can temporarily blind someone with that. It will not hold indefinitely with the tactical button. It will go off after a few seconds. So then you got to switch to the normal button. All right, here's a close-up of the flashlight showing the different modes here. Definitely kind of a heavyweight flashlight. I did not even mention it is supposed to be somewhat waterproof down to like 1 or 2 meters, which means that you can use it in the rain. Yeah, so a cool product packed with features. Seems like a great value, and thank you to the brand for providing this to me.